The Aberdeen Angus was created in Aberdeenshire here in the 19th century. The farmer, William McCombie, picked out beef animals of the type he liked and bred them. They were colour stamped with the black skin. He was regarded by some as the greatest cattleman that ever lived. It was he that decided these are the criteria that I want my cattle to have. He just bred from the ones that fitted what he wanted. And I do the same now. I have certain ideas of what I think good cattle are. It's a matter of eye. I look for the roundest and meatiest and biggest of my heifers, because Aberdeen Anguses tend to be on the small side. And I buy bulls with good length and good wide tops, because the top along the back is where the best beef is. That's where your roast beef, your sirloin steaks, and at the top of the rump, that's where your rump steak comes from. That's where I like them to have a lot of flesh. These are not pure Angus. You can tell from the black skins that there's a lot of Angus in them, but I like to have a certain amount of Limousin, because I think the Limousin produces a fleshier animal. There's more meat on a Limousin than a pure Angus. And I also think the Limousin meat has a finer grain, which makes the texture of the beef better. I used to have a Limousin bull, but now I think there's enough Limousin in my cows, and I also think that the Aberdeen Angus breed has improved such a lot in the last 10 years that I don't have any Limousin bulls just now. I'm just going along with the best Aberdeen Angus bulls that I can find, and we'll go with that for a few years, and if I think the quality of my cows is getting poorer, we might pull in a Limousin again. Everything that the animals get is based on grass. I think that's the most important feed that they have. They feed grass in the fields all summer, and we make it into silage in the summer, which we feed in the winter time. I think that is very important in giving flavour. It also puts certain nutritional values into the beef that grain-fed beef doesn't have. For example, the omega-3 fatty acids the doctors tell us are very good for us, an important part of the diet, is only obtained from cattle fed on grass, not if they're fed on grain. We are conventional farmers. There's a lot of the principles of organic farming I use and I think are very important, but I don't want to have my hands tied behind my back and be prevented to use medicines that are better for animal welfare. I usually finish them at the age of between 18 months and 2 years old. There's many people in commodity beef production kill them as young as they can. I mean, many are killed from 12 months old onwards. But I think that if cattle's too young, then they don't have the flavour they get with maturity. So I don't like to kill cattle less than 18 months old. I think they're just getting at their best at about 18 months old. If you have to keep them until they're beyond 2 years old, it's uneconomic. And also, I think if you're getting up to beyond 27, 28 months, they're starting to get old, and I think they're getting a bit tougher. In my grandfather's time, they were all black cattle. And when I was a child, it was all black cattle. But then the fashion came for all the French breeds when I was a youngster. So we've been through all the French breeds, but we've come back to Aberdeen Angus because we know from experience that it's the best.